I'm not drinking any freaking Merlot. I'm not drinking any Merlot. You understand me? If I go in that restaurant and those women order Merlot, I'm getting out of here. I only drink Pinot Noir. I'm not drinking any freaking Merlot. You remember that line from the movie Sideways? It was a classic. Hi, I'm Larry Baker. I'm a certified level 2 sommelier with the Court of Master Sommeliers and a senior wine and spirit specialist here at the brand new ABC Fine Wines and Spirits location in North Miami Beach, Florida. I've reminded you before, stop being like that guy in the movie. He wasn't even really that guy in the movie. Stop hating on grapes. Stop saying you're a cab person. Stop saying you hate Merlot or hate Chardonnay or hate this grape or I hate Shiraz, I hate Syrah, because you had one variation of a style. Remember, just keep repeating 75%, 75%, 75% until it gets into the brain and you remember that. So the 75% is the rule in America is that when you make a wine and release it, and if it says Merlot or Cabernet, even the $100 bottles that you're buying from Napa Valley, let's say that are, say Cabernet because you're a cab guy or a cab woman, you're only getting probably a minimum required by law, 75% of that grape. I just tasted a $100 wine the other day from Napa Valley. It was 75% Cabernet Sauvignon, but it's all said on the bottle, but it also had 26% Cabernet Franc, and it also had 1% Petit Verdot. There you go. 75%. And what about those other grapes? Do you hate them too? Well, you didn't know they were in there. And once you know that they're in there, you'll start buying wines by taste. So let's say you didn't like fruity wines and you thought, like most people do, that Pinot Noir is the light one. That's it's too light for me, and yet Merlot it's too fruity, and then Cabernet is the big bold. Yet I taste so many Cabernet Sauvignons because they're only 75%, especially from California, that taste like juice. They taste so fruity tooty that they don't even resemble anything like the varietal that I know and that maybe you know for Cabernet Sauvignon. And I taste many Pinot Noirs that are big and bold and rich and also 100% Pinot Noir and earthy and mushroomy and all that. And then sometimes I taste a Merlot that is dry, or sometimes I taste a different expression. So, for example, let's say you didn't like the fruity kind because it had too much residual sugar. You see this everywhere. Sterling is a popular winery. This is not their Napa Valley. This is just their inexpensive Vintners Collection Merlot. And you might skip it by because you don't like Merlot in your mind because this is too fruity tooty and you're looking for their cab. This is not the Napa Valley one. This is just from all over California. It's a very inexpensive bottling. But yet, this is very fruity. It is very watery kind of tasting because it's not 100% Merlot, and maybe this turned you off, and that was the taste, and then you said, I hate Merlot, and you were the guy in the movie saying, I'm not going to drink any freaking Merlot anymore, right? However, but maybe if you went to Washington State, the 2011 was okay of this, but from Bergevin Lane and Ed Bergevin and Amber Lane, and maybe if you tried the 2012, which is my favorite, the winemaker Dave Harvey decided to make 100% Merlot from a single vineyard, the Stone Tree Vineyard in the Wahluke Slope, a great area for Merlot grape, and it's 100%. And this wine has wild flavors of dark plum and dark cherry and sandalwood and cedar and a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of earthiness, a little bit of the toasted barrel. This is a real Merlot. In fact, most people, if I gave it to them on a blind tasting, would think it was a Cabernet from their misconception, and they forgot about the 75% rule. Then if we went to Bordeaux, France, did you know that in Bordeaux, there's 5 major basic grapes that are allowed to be used in Bordeaux that are red, and that is Cabernet Sauvignon, and Merlot is one of them. Petrus, that everybody loves from the right bank of Bordeaux, pays $3,000 a bottle, is 100% Merlot, but a different style. This is Chateau Carignan, where I was in France recently with French Libation, a wonderful importer that supplies us with a lot of sourced and certified French wine from all different areas. We stayed at Chateau Carignan. This Prima is a 2014 from the Côte de Bordeaux in the Cadillac area is the appellation where the grapes come from. This is 2014. They made probably about 50, 60,000 cases of this wine. Now how many they made in 2013? 0, because they only released this wine on years that were good, when the weather was right to produce good Merlot grapes. So this wine's going to have a little bit of earthiness, a little bit of leather, a little bit of tobacco flavor. Nothing like the one that you thought was Merlot. You wouldn't even guess this was Merlot. You wouldn't even know what it was. 14% alcohol. It's big, it's bold, it's aged in French oak. So this is a wine that is going to be more for a Cabernet drinker who thought they were a Cabernet drinker and keeps forgetting the 75%. So stop hating. There's so much hatred going on Merlot. Do you know after that movie Sideways, Merlot sales still to this day in 2018, the movie's like 10 years old, there's still Merlot sales have dropped in this country, in America, because of that movie and that scene. I'm not drinking any freaking Merlot. And Pinot Noir sales are still skyrocketing from the Sideways effect, is what it's called in the industry. Yet the character in the movie who said he wasn't drinking any freaking Merlot, when he had his little hidden bottle of Chateau Cheval Blanc 1962 hidden in his closet worth like $10,000 a bottle, guess what? That's got Merlot in it, a lot of Merlot and a little bit of Cabernet Franc. So what he was saying, he probably didn't like this style of Merlot, which is a lot of people who hate on Merlot don't like that fruity tooty style. But just because here you got two different other expressions, Washington State and Bordeaux, and this is New World, lots of fruit, but dark fruits and chocolate, and this is leathery and tobacco, and all three of these would be listed on a restaurant menu. If you find a restaurant that had these, you won't find the last two in anywhere but ABC. It would all be listed under Merlot, and how would you know which one you hate or which one you like? So just keep repeating 75% and stop hating on any grape that you think you don't like, and stick with the same grape, saying I hate this grape, I hate that grape. Especially Merlot, you see that more often. That's why I wanted to do this video. For more information on our wine, don't forget you can go to our website at www.abcfws.com, or follow me on my blog right here on the LarryTheWineGuy.net. Put your name in and you'll find lots of way of contacting me. So remember, as I always say, wine is not for snobs. It's for everyday people like you and me, but not you and me who's going to say, I'm not drinking any freaking Merlot. I'll see you next time.